Hello everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech. Ajiro Tech. In this video, we're going to be looking at the CIE, which means Cambridge Assessment International Education, IGCSE Information and Communication Technology with the course code 0417 variant 02 October November 2023 paper 2 databases. This is the paper that was released a few days ago as of the time of this recording. Please be informed that the duration for paper 2 is 2 hours 15 minutes. Okay, so let's go. Please go to the instructions. The instructions are very important. Okay, please go to the instructions before you proceed. The total mark for this paper 2 is 70 marks. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, you've been supplied with the following source files. So these are all the files you have been supplied with. Okay, so moving straight to database. Okay, you're not going to prepare some reports. Make sure that all currency value display the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. This is very important because most of the time students, teachers, when they're teaching the students or students who are practicing, they always forget this. Okay, please, I'm going to highlight this. Okay, let me use the red. Okay, all currency value display the same currency symbol. Okay, yes, symbol, you can add symbol to this. Okay, and then again they are set to 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places, very important. Now examine the files. Okay, examine the file N2302 game.csv and identify the most appropriate field to set as the primary key. This is very important. This is step 16. Very important. Okay, so let's open it. I'm going to open it right here. I have N2302. No, this is platform. Let me see. Games, not this. Yes, I have it here. Games. Just going. So I'm just going to click here. I'm not saving anything. Okay. So when we talk about primary key, what is a primary key? A primary key is used to uniquely identify records. They're used to uniquely identify a record, and it also means that a primary key simply means that once it has been applied, that particular record cannot be empty. Okay, a null constraint if you want to call it. So they're used to uniquely, and for primary key simply means that names are not eligible to be a primary key. So this would actually guide you. Okay, so looking at this, it is very important. So here I have games here. Now I have game title. I can use the game title because we can have the same title. Rank, we can have the same people having the same rank. Code, okay, let me see. Platform, people having the same platform. Year release, obviously. Price, obviously this is going to be a game code. The game code is going to be used. Okay, so don't save. Using database software, import the file N2302 games.csv. So we're going to use what we call a database, which is Access. For my database software, I'm using Access, the Microsoft Access. Okay. Right here, I'm going to open it. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm going to click on a blank database. You have to, first of all, create the database. Okay. You have to create it. That's the first thing you have to do. You can create the database. That's one way to do it. Another way to do this is to come here, right click, click on new, and then you create your database right here. So whichever one you want to do is totally fine. For me, I prefer this method, but just in case you don't have this, you could also do this, create the database, choose the location, and then create it. It's going to create a table. Let me just go the long method, okay, for students. All right. So I have this, and I'm just going to call this Ajiro NDDB. I'm going to choose the location where I want to save this. In this case, I'm going to save it in my source file. Okay. All right. No, keep going back to paper three. So I have this here. I'm going to save it right here. Okay. Okay. Now this is the location where I'm saving it, and I'm going to click on create. At default, it's going to create an empty table, which is a database object. Now, if you use this method by creating it here, it will not create an empty table for you, okay, or a random table for you. So right here, I'm just going to close this, and it's gone. Now, I'm going to click on external data, right, because it's an external data that I'm bringing in. I'm going to click on new data source from file. Remember, look at the extension. They say what? .csv. .csv is a type of generic file, okay, which means comma separated values. Okay, so I have new data source from file, text file. Okay, and I'm going to browse it. I'm going to open the location of it. Okay, so I have games. Yes, open it. Now remember, you are importing this as a new table. So at default, this is going to be a new table. Okay, click on OK. Now this is going to be delimited. Why? Because this is a comma separated value. So please take note of that. Next. Now again, it's a CSV, comma separated value is going to be this. Now you have to check the first row, ensuring that it contains what? The feed name. If you don't do this, it's going to be showing feed 1, feed 2 when you click on your next. Okay, so I'll click on next. Are we skipping any field? Let's look at this. We're not skipping any field. Okay. Next. Right here, I'm just going to use everything to just kill everything, right? One stone to kill two birds. All right. Click on advanced. All right. Click on advanced. Using these feed names and data types. So these are the feed names. Okay. These are the data types. So let's look at this. So game title, we have short text for access. Okay. Rank, we have numbers, which is long integers. Game code is our text. And remember, this is going to be 0 decimal place. So having it as an integer is fine. Platform is text. Let's see. Just going to move this here. Release year is numbers. This is going to be long integer. John is text. Short text for access. Game publisher is text. Okay. Now, global sale is decimal places. This is where it needs to store. This is where it needs to display. Okay. And this is going to be double because it's decimal. Okay. This reminds us of data type, which you're going to see in chapter 7 of the textbook and also in chapter 18. In chapter 7, we'll look at it under the system lifecycle. We're looking at the design phase. Validation routine to be more specific. Okay. Okay. So global sale. Price. Now for price, this is also going to be seen as what? Currency. Okay, it's double, but it's going to be seen as what? As currency. I'm just going to do it here. Now the language is English. This is going to be Windows. The date format is going to be DMY, which means date, month, and year. This is very, very important. Okay, I'm going to click on OK. And you can check what you've done. Okay, you can check the price, still the same thing. And I'm going to choose a primary key. Set the identified field as a primary key. It's going to be what? The game code. Because we've looked at it, I'm going to use the game code, not platform, game code. Because codes are different. Okay, not two players can have the same game code. Okay. Now we're using the text because it's a combination of special characters, symbols, alphabet and numbers. Next, finish, and I can close. Now I'm going to switch to design view. You can open it to see how it looks like. Okay, just click to select both your field and records, double click on them to ensure that nothing is being cut off. Okay, and save and then close. Right click and go to design view, and then let's see how we can do this. So here we're having global sales. Right, for global sales we're having 3 decimal places. Okay, so the format is going to be standard, and decimal places is going to be 3. Now the only reason why we're making it standard is we want it, even those that have 2, to ensure that they are what, 3 decimal places. So we're going to have like 0 for those who are 1. We want to ensure that it has what, 3 decimal. We want to standardize the whole process. That is why it needs to be done. Okay, so we have 3 decimal places. Okay, so moving on to here, we have decimal places, and we're going to make it 2 decimal places. And we're going to save. I'd click save and then switch to what, datasheet view. So now we have 2 decimal places for prices, and for global sale you can check it. This is what, 499 records, and you can have that across board. These are 3 and 2 decimal places respectively. Remember, in the question they says what, the question here, they say what, should all currency value display the same currency what symbol. They didn't give us any currency, but so I'm just going to use my currency naira. Okay, and to work with this, save the data. I've done that. Right click save. Okay, place in your evidence document, okay, a screenshot showing the feed names, data types, and primary key used in the table. This is going to be step 16. So I'm going to do this, going to close, right click to design view, and I'm going to take my screenshot. Okay, now if your laptop is like me, 13 inches, 14 inches, you might want to do this. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click on what, show tabs only. Okay, so now I have a full screen. So here I can what, show the table name, the primary key, okay, the feed name, and the data type. They want to see that, right? The feed name, data types, and what primary key used in the table. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get my sniping tool. Okay, my sniping tool. I'm going to get my sniping tool, and I'm going to take the screenshot. Okay, good. And this is what, step 16. I'm just going to paste it in step 16. Okay, so I have step 16 here. I hit on enter. So I have this, and I can click on picture format, increase it. Okay, I'm going to save. Step 17, import the file N2302 platform as a new table in your database. So let's do that. I'm just going to close this, click on external details, new data source from file, text file, click on browse. Now I'm going to cancel. Notice this, we're importing this as what, into a new table. We're not appending, we're not sending the link, we are importing as a new table. I'm going to browse. Okay, let's look at it again. Platforms. So I have this, open. So we are importing it into what, a new table. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK. Okay, Now again, it has to be delimited because it's a comma separated value. Next, again, comma separated value. The first row contains the feed name. If you don't do this, it's going to show feed 1, feed 2, feed 3. Next, let's look at this. Use the feed name and data type provided. Set platform as the primary key. Okay, so platform is going to be the primary key. I'm going to choose platform. Again, I can just click on advanced. This is going to be Windows, DMY. Again, we are just using the feed name and data type that have been provided. So we're not altering anything. Just click here. Apart from this, click OK, and then click on next. Click on finish. So let me see. Click on finish. Okay, so I'm going to close. So I have this. I'm going to click this, then double click to ensure that the feed names and the records are showing properly. I'm going to right click and I'm going to save. Okay. And we have set this as a primary key. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the feed names, data type, and primary key used in the table. Okay, used in the table. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to right click, go to design view, and I'm going to take my screenshot. Okay, I'm going to get my snipping tool, click on the plus, and I'm going to take my screenshot. Okay, and this is going to be what? Step 17. Okay, step 17. Enter, Ctrl V to paste. Again, picture format. Going to increase this. Okay, I'm going to save. Create a one-to-many relationship between platforms. Okay, so let's do this. Save, close. I'm going to click on database tools. I'm clicking on database tools. Okay, and I'm going to click on relationships. I'm going to select these two tables, hold my control, click on it, and then add selected tables here. I can close this. Right here, I'm going to double click. Okay. All right, the second one, create a one-to-many relationship between platforms in the platform table and platforms in the game table. So platform in the platform table to platform in the games table. Okay, so I have this. Okay, so here the relationship type here is what? One to many. So I'm going to create it. Take screenshot evidence showing the fields and the type of relationship. Place this in your evidence document. So let's do this. So right here, I'm going to click on this line, right click, and then click on edit relationship. Again, you can do this. Right here, you see this. If you click on the line, let me do this. Always show ribbon. If I click this, I can also click on edit relationship, and I have this right here. So I'm going to take, this is a screenshot I'm going to take. Okay. So click on new. Yes, I'm fully aware that the keyboard shortcut is Shift Windows S, but I'm just doing the long method so that everybody here can learn. Everybody watching can learn. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be step 18. Okay, so I have step 18. Paste. Picture format, and I'm going to increase this. Okay, that was too much. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, just going to save this. All right. In the games table, step 19. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to save this. Right click, save. and then I can close. Okay. In the games table, locate the record with the game code. In the game table, I'm going to open it. Now, it's a platform that is going to create the relationship. So for every platform, these are the games, okay, that they have produced. So I'm going to close it. So in the game table, locate the record with this game code, copy. So now, let's say 105. Okay. So 105. Amend the details as follow. Rank is 44, 455, 455. The rank, okay, is 455. Release year is 2020. Okay, you have to be careful. 2020. We are doing this. 15. G1 is action. Control A. Nope. Action. Okay. So I have 455, 2020, and the Geron is what? Action. Check your data entries for errors. Save the data. Okay, so this is saved. Okay. Add the following as a new record in the game table. So I'm adding this in the game table. So I have the game title. So to do this, I'm going to click here to add a blank record. So you have to be careful when you're doing this. Right here. Now I'm going to split my screen. So I have this. I'm just going to copy this. If you're in the exam, you have to do that. You have to type it in manually. The rank is what? 134. Game code is AC149. Tab. The platform is GD. Don't make mistakes. Release year is 1999. The G1 is action. Ensure it is spelled properly. The game publisher, I'm just going to copy this. Okay. Hit and enter. The global sale is going to be 6.230. Okay. And the price is 12.80. Okay. So 6.230 and the price is this. I'm just going to expand this. Now what I did here was, the moment I added this last record, I just clicked any other record, okay, so that would not impact what I am doing. It's very, very important, okay, that will not impact it. Let me go back a bit and check something. Okay, global sale is not, that's what it sold. Global sale is not, it's not, okay. Step 21. Okay, right click, save, then I can close. Step 21. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that the moment you see this, okay, the moment you see this, please don't just rush to creating your report. This is where so many students get it wrong. Okay, don't do that. Okay, please, the first thing you do whenever you're creating your report, you have to first of all create a query. And what's the query? A query is an extraction of data from a database. We are extracting. Okay, that's what you do first. Okay, very, very important. So which is the query and which is the report? So right here, I'm going to use yellow for, let me do this. So this is going to be yellow for query, pink for report. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So now I have this query. We're also going to use this for query as well, but we're going to stop here. Then the rest, okay, the rest is going to be what? Report. So for this is how you do it. Okay, very important. Okay, so let's do this. So fill from both table, produce a tabular report. This is what you do first. Okay, this is the order. You do this one first, and then you do this one second. So show only the fields. So these are what we're going to use. So come here, click on create, and then we're going to click on what? A query wizard. Okay, which is a step-by-step guide. It's going to be a simple query wizard. Click on OK. From both tables, so we have rank. I think rank is in game. Now this means to move them one at a time to selected field. This is in the available field section, and this to move all of them to a selected field. So I'm going to click rank. You can double click on it to move it. I have game title. Double click on it. I have release year. Double click on it. I have Geron, global sale, and console name. So console name is going to be platform. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to click on next. Details is fine. Now, what is the name of the report? The name of the report is going to be this sports title release since 2021. I'm going to copy this. The name of my report is also going to be the name of my query. Now, for some reason, if yours is not saving like this, you can just press on hi and then rename it. Okay, just press on hi, hello, and then do that. So I have this. Again, click here, then okay, double click. So it's showing 500 records. Okay. Now, the next one is game title includes the text sport. Now we have what we have. We have something called the wildcard. Okay. So it simply means that in the wildcard, this is what we have. Okay. So we have what we call include. Okay. We have what we have another one called begin with. Begin with, and we have another one called end with. Now the one that talks about include here has what? Asterisk, then the name, asterisk. The ones that begin with has what? This begins with, for example, Ajiro, asterisk. So this begins with this. So Ajiro what? Then one that ends with has what? Asterisk what? Ajiro. This is very important. So this means it's ending with what? Ajiro. This means it's beginning with Ajiro, and this was is including with Ajiro. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead. Just working a lot of things right here. Okay. So let's go ahead. They say what? Game title includes the text sport. So right here, I'm just going to save. Then I'm going to switch here to what? My design. You can do this here, or you can do this in home. Switch to what? Design, and it's going to put up this what? Platform where we can run our queries. Okay. Okay. So we're not using the SQL view, we're using design view. So the game title here is going to be what? Let's look at it again. Include what? The text sport. So I'm going to use asterisk sport, asterisk, and then you're running your criteria under you put this under the section of criteria. Okay, we have field, table, sort. When you want to sort, show. These are the tables you want to show. If you don't want to show them, don't tick them. It's not going to show. These are the criteria. Okay, so we're going to put in the section of the criteria, and you're running your criteria one at a time. Okay, you're running them one at a time. Release year is 2011 or later. That means 2011 and above. So 2011, 2012 and above. Okay, so this is the release year. I have 90 records. I'm going to switch to my design view. Now under the release year, I have greater than equals to what? 2011, because you want it from 2011 and above. Okay, so I'm going to run it. So now I have what? How many records do I have? 32 records. So these are the what? Release years from 2011 and what? Above. Now what this simply means is 12 or later means earlier is less than or equals to what? 2011. That's for earlier. Later is ahead of 2011. Okay, 2011 and above. Okay, so now I've done this. Okay, these are the queries. I'm going to save this. Now the next thing I'm going to close. The next thing is to create the report. So I'm going to click on create, and I'm going to click on what? My report what? Wizard right here. Report wizard. Now I'm going to just choose the query. Okay, and I'll just move everything. Remember, it has to be what? In this order. What do I mean? It has to be rank, game title, release year, Giron, global sale, console name. I'm going to click on next. Do not group the data. Very important. Do not group the data. This right here is what? A report. Let me have this. This right here what? Is what? A report. We are not grouping what? The data. Now this is on group. This is group. So take note of the following. So this is what? On group. So I'm going to click on next. Next. So what are we sorting by? Sort the data into ascending order of what? Release year. Ascending order of what? Release year. So this is going to be an ascending order of release year. Next. Remember, reports are what? Let's go back. Reports are what? Tabular. Forms are what? Columnar. This is very important. Reports are tabular. So here it's going to be tabular. Now what's the orientation? Has a page orientation of portrait. So portrait it is. Next. Title is going to be the same. Just going to copy this. Copy. I'm going to backspace this and paste this. And now I can click finish. So I have a copy of this. Okay. So I know what to do. So I'm just going to close this and then switch to my layout view. Okay, I can close this, switch to my layout view. Now the next thing is include only the title. I don't fit on a single page. I know this. I'm going to attend to this. Include only the title displayed in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the page. So I'm going to click on this, click on format, and make this 26. It's not a crime, really. Bold this, make this black. Okay. Now, release year. Where is release year? Release year is after what? We have rank, game title, release year. Now, it has to be arranged in this format. We have rank, game title, and release year. So what I will do is I have my console name here. If you select the field, you have to select the record as well. So when you click on the field, hold your control and click on what? The record while you're holding your control. Again, you click on the field, hold your control, and then you click here to select both of them so you can what? Work with both of them together. So I'm adjusting it. Okay. Now the next one is global sale. So I'm going to select the first one, hold my control, select this, and I'm going to adjust it. Okay. Now I want all of them to be in the same alignment. Okay. I want all of them to be in the same alignment. So I'm going to do that. So I have this. So the next one is Geron. So I'm going to click on Geron, hold my control, click this, and I'm going to adjust it. Okay, adjust it. Now release is here. Hold my control, select this, and I will use my arrow key to move it. I'm going to use my arrow key to move it, and then I can choose my rank. Click rank, hold my control, click this. I'm going to move it here. Okay. Same alignment. Double click to ensure they're in the same alignment. Give enough space. My game. Move this with my arrow key. I think that's fine. Just ensure nothing is being cut off. Very important. Ensure nothing is being cut off. Okay, I have my release here, right here. Okay, same alignment. Let me see. Okay, this is covering this, which is not good. So let me see this. This is fine. Just gonna move this together a little bit. Move this a little bit. Hold my control, select this. Okay, this should also be in the same alignment. Okay, it's covering it, it's fine, it's the same thing. And move this. This is very important. This is why you have to ensure that nothing is being cut off. Okay, nothing is being cut off. Very important. Okay, so then you say alignment, and I like it like this. Okay, so the next thing is save and print your report, but we're not done. Okay, so has your name, okay, has your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. Now it can be in the header, it can be in the footer, whichever one is fine. Okay, so has your name on the report. So I'm going to switch this to design view. Okay, now on my page footer, okay, on my page footer, I'm going to do this. Just adjust this a little bit. Now, if it says has only your name, it simply means that you have to remove this. But since it wasn't stated, you can put this here. Okay, I'm now going to use what we call the label. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Type my name, Ajiro, ND, comma space, AN017, comma space, my candidate number 2023. Okay, I'm going to select this and then click on home, format, make the center align, make this black, bold this, even make it 14, which is not a crime. Okay, I have this. Okay, so I have this right here. Okay, so I have this. Now I'm going to save this. Okay, very important. I'm going to save this. Okay, so has your name, center number, candidate number on the report, which is very, very important. If it says has only, then you have to remove all this. Okay, so I'm going to save, and I'm going to switch to print preview. Let's see how the work looks like to ensure nothing is being cut off. Yes, something is being cut off. Now that is not good. Okay, so we have to go back. We have our name here, so we have to go back and fix it. So I'm going to switch to layout view, and okay, so I have this. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to work with this a little bit. Okay, okay, I think this time. Okay, Okay, so I'm going to save and I'm going to try the print preview. Let's see. Okay, it's still cut off. Now it's still cut off. Let's see how we can do this. Okay, just gonna move this. Okay, please, you have to ensure that nothing is being cut off. You have to select both of them together and ensure nothing is being cut off. I'm going to save and I'm going to print preview the work right now. So now I can see that nothing is being cut off. I have all this, my rank, game title, release year, G1, sales. I have complete. I think I have something here, Mobius complete, for my console name. It's important to check, so let me do that. Let me see. Yes. Okay, so I have that. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so nothing is important to check. I'm going to save. I'm going to print preview. Yes, so nothing is cut off. It's important to always check. Okay, so now I have this. Save and print your report. So this is going to be portrait. Okay, so I'm going to print, please, to PDF. Very important, to PDF. Okay, so I'm going to make a printout to this. This is printout report 1, I think. Yeah, report 1 to PDF. Save this and close. Okay, let's move to the second one. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that now we want to create a query. That's the first thing. Whenever we do the report, you have to create a query. So let's do this. I'm going to use the yellow for my queries. So I have this one. I have this again as my query 2. I have this as my query 3. Now the sequence I'm going to go is, the first one is this. Then the sequence 1. Now this can be in any order. Okay, this can be in any order. So I'm just going to do 2 here, and then I'm just going to do 3 here. You can decide to do this as 2, decide to do this as 3. Okay, so then the rest is going to be, this is going to be a report, and this right here is going to be a report. Very important. Okay, so let's go. So let's create the query. So I'm going to click on create. I'm going to click on query wizard, a simple query wizard. Now what are we doing? They said, let's go up. Using field from both tables, not from the query, but from both tables. This is very important. You're not doing from the query, we are doing from both tables. We're producing a tabular report. Okay, so let's look at it. We have show only the fields, game title, from the tables, not from the query. Double click. I have rank. I have G1. Console name. So that will be platform. Okay. Release year. That will be game. game publisher, price, and discount price. This is the field that we are going to create. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, next. What's the title for the report is also going to be the same title for the query. This is going to be include only the title, top entertainment games. So I'll copy this. Just going to backspace this. If yours is not allowing you to type in the new to type in this and it's giving you an error, just type hi or hello, and when you click on finish, this is what you do. You can close it, and right here right click and then click on rename, and that will solve your problem. Okay, all right, so I'm going to click here, then double click, ensure everything is showing 500 records. Okay, so I have this. So the next thing I want to do is to create the field. To do that, I'm going to save and click on home, switch to what? Design view. Okay, I'm going to switch on what? Design view. Very important. I'm going to switch on design view. Now, to do this, this is 22, step 22. Now I'm going to, this is the field, so I'm going to click here. Now you can use the builder, or you can right click and then build, or you can manually type it. Whichever one you want to do is fine. So I have the builder here. So let's look at this. They said contains a new field called discount underscore price, which is calculated at runtime. Okay, runtime simply means that as you're adding more records, automatically is doing the calculation for you. This field would display the new price after 5% have been applied. Use price multiplied by 95 divided by 100. Okay, so again, this is very simple. So let me explain what this simply means. Okay, so here you're having this field will display the new price after a 5% discount has been applied. Use price. So here again, I'm going to click on price. Okay, multiplied by 95. Okay, multiplied by 95. Okay, divided by 100. Divided by 100. Now again, we look at this. Okay, remember the order. Multiplication comes before what? Division. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put right here. Okay, so because this is like saying price times 95 divided by what? 100. So it should do this first before doing this. Okay, now again, I said this field will display the new price after a 5% discount has been what? Added. So 5% discount added is you are having what? The price multiplied by what? 95, because 5% discount has been what? Added. Okay, so you have, okay, and again I'm going to copy this discount price, copy, and right here I'm going to click on builder, remove the expression 1, and I'll paste this. Okay, and I'll click on OK. Okay, so you have now the price multiplied by what? 95, because the 5% has been what? Has been applied. Now this is still going to do the same thing. You really don't need to put, if you want to put the bracket or the open and close bracket, you can, but already looking at the order of board mass is going to do the multiplication first before what? The division. It's still going to give you the same thing. So if I go to my builder, I can also remove it because it's still going to do the same thing, really. It's still going to do the same thing, okay? So I have this, okay? So I'm going to what? Run it. Let's see. So looking at this price, you see that if we multiply this with the formula we have, this is going to give you what? The discount, okay? Now I can just click this and then double click to ensure everything is shown. They say what? Format this field to display currency. Remember, looking at the question, let's go back to step 16. They say what? Looking at the question, it said display the same currency symbol and are set to what? 2 decimal what? Places. Make sure 2 decimal places. So let's do this. Okay. So now I'm going to switch back to design view. Now under the discount price, I'm going to click on property sheet. Now under the property sheet, my format is going to be currency. Decimal places is going to be what? 2 decimal places right here on the property sheet. Okay, and I'm going to what? Run it. So now we have it as what? The discount price to set to what? 2 decimal what? Places. Just select all and then okay, then here I can show everything is showing. Okay, it's fine. All right, so we are done with this. Okay, it's very important to always look through the question. Okay, now the next one is the criteria. Okay, Giron is action or adventure. 2 options you've been given. So for Giron, so I'm going to switch to design view. I'm going to close this. So I have action or I'm just going to copy this. Okay, action or adventure. Just control, just backspace and I run it for Giron. And now I have 97 records. The next one is rank is 200 or less. So that's 200 and below. Okay. So for the rank, so I'm going to switch this to what? Design view. Now for my rank, I have less than equals to what? 200. And I'm going to what? Run it. Okay. So now I have what? 42 what? Records. Again, when you've been given database, please note that one is 1 page, the other is 2 pages. So at the end of the day, your report is just 3 pages. That's one way to help you know that you're on track and you're doing the right thing. Okay, so please, you have to always check. If you're having 4 or 5 pages, then something is definitely wrong. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Now the next thing is, let me see, something's been cut off here. Okay, let me see. Okay, can save this. Now the next thing is for us to do our report. We're done with our query. It's time for our report. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Click on create report wizard. Now the query, I'm just going to, now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I'm going to move everything here. Okay, because now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 in this order. Okay, next. Now the report, do not group the data. Very important. Do not group the data. This is on group, this is group. So know the difference. Okay, on group. Next. Next. What are we sorting by? Sort the data into descending order of Giron. Okay. Descending. Okay. Descending order I think the other one was what? Ascending? Yes. Okay. Descending order of G1 and ascending order of rank. Okay. An ascending order of rank. Descending order of G1 and ascending order of rank is important. Order of G1 and ascending order of rank. Has a page orientation of landscape. Okay. So next. Now reports again are tabular. This is very important. Your reports are what? Tabular. I'm going to click on next. The title of your query is the same thing for the report. I'm just going to copy this. Copy. I'm going to move this and paste. Click on finish. Okay, so I have this. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to close this and I'll switch to what? The layout view. And I'm going to start with this. They said, well, include only the title, display in a larger font, fully visible at the top of the page. Fully visible. So format, this is going to be like 24. Okay. Black, bold, it's not a crime. Okay. So we have this. Now it's time to arrange this in this order. We have the game title. There is an error somewhere. Let's go to the print. There's an error somewhere. I didn't choose the landscape, so I'm going to change it to landscape right now. I did not do that, so this is going to be landscape. You can also change the landscape here as well, but that simply means that you have to do a lot of adjustment, because I noticed that in my page orientation, it was portrait, it wasn't in landscape. Okay, so I have this. I'm just going to move this right here. Again, you have to select both of them together. So even if you make a mistake and probably the page orientation you selected was portrait, which is landscape, you can still modify it. Click on format. I'm just going to make it left. Price. Just going to move it here. Okay, the same alignment. Again, you select this. Let me check. After the price, what do we have? Game publisher. Okay, so I'm going to hold my control to select this. I'm going to adjust this. Okay, move it with my arrow keys. So after this, I have what? Release year. Okay, that's this. Hold my control to select this. Move this here. Adjust it. I prefer them to be in one alignment. The next one is what? Console name. Okay, I have my console name here. Okay, the next one is what? G1. Okay, hold it, adjust it a bit. Use the arrow key and move it here. Okay, game title. Just going to move it here together. Okay, rank. Hold my control to select all. Move it here and adjust this. Click here, hold your control, select this. Going to adjust this. Okay, so I have this. Now I want to check. I'm just going to save and then switch to my print preview to see how this is going to look. Okay, this is going to be 2 pages. So as stated, as I've told you, it's going to be 2 pages. One is 1 page, the other one is 2 pages. So when it's 42 and thereabout, you know it's 2 pages. So I want to ensure that nothing is being cut off. It's very important. Please check that nothing is being cut off. Very important. Okay, nothing has to be cut off. I think this is fair. I think everything looks good. Close. Everything looks good. Okay. Everything looks good. Okay. Just move this here. Okay. I think everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. Okay. The next one, fit on a single page wide. Obviously, it's fitting on a single page wide. Calculate the earliest year release and place this below the release year column at the end of the report. So let's do that. Okay, earliest year release right here. Now what we're going to use, the earliest is what? Minimum. That is the earliest, the first year released. Okay, so we're going to calculate what? The earliest year release. Okay, now we're going to click on right here, total, and I'm going to click what? Minimum. This is the earliest. Okay, minimum, and it's going to give us the earliest what is what? 1991. Now this is also being cut off. I'm seeing an error right now for the console game, so I need to adjust this again. Some things have been cut off. Okay, just going to do this. It's important to always check. Okay, so let's check. It's still cut off. Let's see. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. Okay, so I can move this here a bit. Also move this here a bit. Okay, move action here a bit. It's important to always check. Console, I can move this here a bit. Let's see. Good. But let me check if there's still more, maybe studio or something. None. Okay. Okay, you have to check. Okay, I'm just going to move this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now the second one. And place this below the earliest year column at the end of the report. Okay. And place it below the earliest year column at the end of the report. So this is going to be at the end of the report. Has the label earliest game release fully visible to the left of this value. Just going to copy this. Copy. And I'm going to switch to design view. So this is going to be the end of the report. And report design, my labels, I'm going to select my labels. I'm going to put this, paste this here, click on format, make it right align, right here, bold. Okay, I can adjust this a bit. Okay, I'm going to make this left of it. I'm going to save and then switch to layout view. Okay, so I have the earliest game released. I'm also going to bold this as well. Bold, black. Bold, okay. So this is earliest game released. This is the left, right? Fully visible to the left, fully visible to the left of this value. Okay. Has your name center number, candidate number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So I'm going to click home. You can also switch from here, okay? Switch here to design view, okay? It appears, just gonna take this here, okay? Just going to adjust this. Okay, label, AN017. Now this is my name space, your center number, comma, space, your candidate number 2023 for me. Okay, I'm going to click on format, make the center align, bold. Okay, going to adjust this. It's not a crime if I make it like 14, right? It's not. Trust me, it's not. Okay, so I have this. Okay, so I'm going to save and switch. Okay, switch here to just layout view. I think we're done with everything. So I'm just going to go to print preview. Okay, so I have my name appearing here. Okay, I have my name appearing here. Let's go to design. Let's see. Okay, save, print preview. Okay, so I have my name appearing. Now, if they said only, okay, if they said only, okay, it simply means that this will not be here. The date and the number of pages will not be here. But since they didn't say only, we can still let it be here. Okay, so I have my rank, my console name. Nothing is being cut off. Release day is fine here. Game publisher, price discount price. Nothing is being cut off. Very important. It's important to go through and check that nothing is being cut off. Okay, nothing is being cut off. Okay, and this is the point where we get to save and print your report. So let's do that. We've ensured that we not group the data, sort data into a descending order of Geron. You can see that descending order of Geron. Okay, descending order of Geron. And again, we did ascending order of rank. Okay, ascending order of rank, which we did. Okay, and that is done. And has a page orientation of landscape, and calculate the earliest year, which is the minimum we did, and has the label fully visible to the left of it. So now it's to print. So I'm going to click on print. Please, it's going to be to PDF. Okay, and this is going to be print out report 2. Okay, I'm going to save and I'm going to close. Okay, place in your evidence document a screenshot showing database formula used to calculate the earliest release year. Make sure that the formula is fully visible. This is going to be step 22. So let's take a screenshot of it. I'm going to go to design view, and I'm just going to do this. Okay, so now I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my evidence document, which is what? Step what? 22. Hit on enter and then paste this. Okay, please, picture format, increase this. Okay, I'm going to save. And I can close. Nope, I'm not saving this because it's already there for me to check. Okay, so close. So that will be here. Okay, so save. The next thing is for us to check how it's going to look like when we print it. So I'm going to open the first report that we did, and this is how it's going to look like in your printout, right? When you send it to the printer, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, we'll open the second one. We'll open the second one to check. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like when we send it to the printer as well. So this is very important. That is why you have to send your work to PDF. Very, very important. Okay. I want to talk about a very important YouTube channel called Ajiro Tech. Trust me, this YouTube channel is a giveaway. It's loaded with IGCSE ICT O level, AS, and A level. So trust me, is a giveaway. This channel is helpful for your group studies, your personal studies, and it has a proven track record of producing excellent results. So do me a favor, click on the subscribe button, okay, and share this YouTube channel with your friend. Trust me, that will be the best gift that you're giving to them. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.